Are you wondering about the real estate market in Montgomery County right now? Well, that's what we're talking about today. So let's dive right in. Today is June 9th, 2020, and after 45 days of statewide stay-at-home order and an additional 15 days of countywide stay-at-home orders, we're moving into phase 1 of opening up. Today we'll go through an overview of the May numbers for Montgomery County so you can get a sense of what's been going on in the real estate market for the past 30 days. I've also added some numbers for May of 2019, so that'll help you get a little perspective about how it compares to a year ago. We'll start with total active properties. May of 2020, 1,448. May of 2019, 2,432. New pendings. May of 2020, 1,077. May 2019, 1,572. New listings. May 2020, 1,302, May 2019, 2,084. Expired, withdrawn, and canceled properties. 270 in May of 2020, 242 in May of 2019. And last, total settled properties. 848 in May of 2020, 1,325 in May of 2019. So as you can see, the numbers have moved down substantially, as we all would have expected, but the balance between new listings, or the supply side, and new pendings, or demand, has stayed about the same, and maybe even tipped a little more in the seller's favor. Houses that are attractively priced and show well are still selling very quickly. Something interesting to note, in May there were 1,302 new houses that came on the market, but 2,195 that were taken out of the market as either pending, expired, withdrawn, or canceled. So this is slightly better than the nearly 2-to-1 margin we saw in April, but the increase in new listings are still not keeping pace with new contracts and houses being taken off the market. Let's take a brief look at the days on market and list to sell ratios for the month of May. Median days on market for sold properties was 9 days. Median days on market for under contract properties, 18 days. Median days on market for pending properties was 12 days. And the list to sell ratio was 100%. Just to give you a little perspective, historical list to sell ratio for the past 5 years was 98.5%. Those are all signs of a healthy market. Another interesting thing I noticed is the new contract activity week over week was trending up in 3 out of the 4 weeks, and contract activity in the last week of the month of May versus the last week of April was 38% higher. In week 1 there were 276 new contracts, week 2 237, week 3 292, and week 4 363. Whenever I talk to people, they always want to know, how's the market? As I said in last month's update, before the coronavirus, we were in a very strong seller's market, and the month of May hasn't shown us any big change. Of course, things could move to a more balanced market or even a buyer's market in the future. Now that the county is starting to open up a little, we'll all be watching to see how businesses adapt, and if the public feels comfortable getting back out again. It's going to be a balancing act for all of us between the itch of cabin fever and concerns about health and safety. The fundamentals of the housing market are still strong, and if the economy recovers quickly, then it should remain solid for the remainder of the year and into 2021. It seems that our local real estate market weathered the first round of the coronavirus storm pretty well. Now the buyers and sellers will have to decide how they'll move into the next phase of the 2020 real estate market. If you feel that you're ready to buy or sell, there are opportunities out there, as you can see from the numbers I shared with you. If you're in a position where you aren't ready yet, it's a great time to start planning so that when you're comfortable moving forward, you'll be ready. If the number of coronavirus cases continues to taper off and people become more confident, you'll see demand and hopefully supply start to move up. That should lead to a healthy real estate market later this year. If you'd like to see my last video about how the real estate business has started to go virtual, click here. And if you'd like to subscribe to my channel so you can get updates as they come out, click there. If you have any questions for me, my contact information is below, or you can leave a comment in the remarks. Take care and stay safe.